If you've seen any of my videos, you know I'm a big fan of Mexican cuisine. I have relatives from Mexico, and I know what good Mexican food is. That's it right there. If you want to know how to make great Camarones a la Diabla, that is it. It's the devil's shrimp right there, people. It's spicy, it's hot, it's delicious. I'm going to show you how to turn it into a taco and how to make this super yummy. Now, if you've seen any of the other videos, you know I've done a lot of crazy burritos lately. Oddly enough, this does not make a good burrito. I'm just kidding. Of course it makes a good burrito, but that would be way too normal, and I'm not doing it. I made tacos. Ha! Fooled you. But I'm going to show you exactly what it takes to make this, and you are going to love it. It goes pretty fast. There's a lot of prep work, but you can do that in advance. And I'm going to show you all the secrets and everything else on how to do this, because that's what I do here on this channel once we get started. To get the heat for our sauce, we're going to start with some dried peppers here. I've got 4 guajillos, which aren't really spicy, and I got the Chile de Arbor. Now, they are spicy. You want to use bigger ones than that, because 3 of them, small ones, ain't going to get the heat right. We're going to put those into a frying pan. You could also do this in like a 2 or 3 quart pot or something like that. Just heat them until they start to soften up. Don't let them burn. As soon as they are soft and movable and pliable, we're going to add some beef stock on top of this. You can use beer if you wanted. Combination of beer and beef stock, water, whatever. Just let it simmer. Sit on low for about 15 minutes. Now they are really, really softened. We're going to add a chipotle here, a nice, good sized chipotle and some adobo sauce. You get that in a jar or a can, something like that. Once that is all in there, we're going to put this in a blender and get this all blended up and make our chili sauce paste. Get all the goodness in there, because that is all the flavor. Give this a good blend, and we're going to take a look now to see what we've got, and it turns out that it is a little too thick, so we're going to add a little bit more beef stock to it. You can totally do that. It's fine. Just little cheating, little flavor, little things. That's cooking. Now we're going to put all that through a strainer, because all that pulp is not very palatable. You want to get all the bits and pulp out of this and just have the chili sauce come through. It's going to be nice and thick and wonderful. Just don't press it through the sieve or it makes a mess. But yeah, there's your chili sauce. Set that aside. We're going to slice some onions up now. So you're going to take a white onion, cut it lengthwise. And about a quarter of an onion is about perfect for this. Break the pieces apart. We've got 2 large cloves of garlic. Just give them a smash. And then we are going to run the knife through it and get this minced up pretty good, because you kind of want this to blend in and kind of blend out. Now this is going to go into a pan with half a stick of butter. A full quarter cup of butter is going in for now. Let that sit while we get the shrimp ready. We've got a pound of 24-26 shrimp. We've got a little salt. We've got the juice of half a lime. Just give that a stir. Put this back in the fridge for about 5 minutes while the onions finish up. And as soon as they look like that, put your garlic in. And we're going to add the tomatoes in here. This is a half a can of fire roasted diced tomatoes. Oh, it's really good. You can use fresh Roma tomatoes if you wanted. You can fire roast your own tomatoes if you want. Now the chili sauce is going in. Make sure you use all of it, because it is the flavor component of this. Just give that a really, really good stir. When it gets to a certain point, just let it sit with the lid on it. Take it off the heat, and we are going to cook our shrimp, because we are almost done. Don't get the lime juice in there. Just put the shrimp into the frying pan with some butter. We want to arrange this in a single layer on the pan so we get good contact. Let this go for about 1.5 minutes, something like that. Now we are going to want to turn these and flip them. You can do it this way, but as it turns out, that's not the most efficient way. It just looks pretty. So flip the rest of them over. After another 1.5 minutes, these are going in the sauce. They're not fully cooked yet, but they're going to finish in the sauce. Just let this go. Get them really, really mixed up really, really well. Let them come to a simmer. Turn the heat off. Put a lid on it and let that sit for just a couple minutes, and we are ready to make some tacos. Alright, that took long enough, and it didn't take very long at all for you to watch that, hopefully. I'm getting better at the editing thing, and all of this makes sense. If you have any questions, always leave me a comment. Happy to answer comments. If I left anything out, let me know. But hopefully that's everything, because it's time to eat. Now, Camarones a la Diabla. How do most people eat this? It's kind of done with white rice on the side, and you just eat that, incorporate it in the whole thing. I'm making tacos, so we're not doing that. I have some Mexican rice here. I have some beans here. I have some queso fresco. If you want to use, cotija cheese or something like that, that is fantastic. It's got that wonderful saltiness. This is a very mild, plain cheese without the saltiness. Queso fresco literally translates into fresh cheese. This is just basically an uncured sort of cheese. And it's fantastic, and that's what we'll be using. I have some pico de gallo here. You've seen the videos to make pico de gallo. There may be a link right here on how to do that. Super simple. Make it at home. You'll love it. Avocado. Avocado is very popular in this. I personally don't care for it because I want the heat, and the avocado squashes that. So if you're eating this, you're like, oh my God, it's so hot. Get some avocado. The other thing that we have is some Mexican sour cream. This is not regular sour cream. This is not the crema. This is Mexican sour cream. This is fantastic. I rave about it all the time. If it's your first time here, congratulations. You're going to see a lot of that because I love it. But how am I going to assemble this? Normally, they bring you stuff and you just assemble it on your plate if you're eating this at a restaurant. You could order this in a botana or fajitas. Don't even get me started doing this with fajitas. But yeah, fajita vegetables are fantastic with this if you want to do it that way. It really tastes good. But this is just a simple version, and the one I personally like, my wife likes to put beans down first and then the shrimp on top of that. I'm a rice guy. So I am going to go with a little bit of this, just a little bit of that. It soaks up all the juices and everything, keeps everything from running out. For me, this is kind of the placeholder that keeps it all where you want it. That's a little too much in that one, a little too little in that one. So we have one of these. We equal that out. It's perfect right there as it is. Now, how many shrimp go in this? I don't know. How big's your tortilla? How big's your eyes at the moment and your stomach? Because I think you can get 4 in there. These are the 24 something like that shrimps, as I mentioned earlier. So they're a little bit on the smaller side. If you're using bigger shrimp, you may have to cut them in half because you want this to actually work. If you get the like really jumbo prawns or something, you're gonna put 1 in there and then you're not gonna get a consistent bite. This is where smaller shrimp come in handy, not the little canned bay shrimp. Don't do that, that's gross. If you own a food truck and you sell tacos like that, I'm not naming any names, but you know who you are. You're gross, don't do that. All right, so we are just laying these down. I may have been burned by the baby shrimp tacos. Don't do that, folks. All right, we have 1 extra shrimp. Oh, this is all of them here. Okay, so I may have cheated and eaten some of this already, and this may be the next day from when I filmed all the rest of it because, man, it got a little crazy and a little hectic, and we just ran out of time. So I'm shooting it now, and I get to have shrimp tacos for breakfast. Just saying, this whole YouTube thing isn't a complete bust. Shrimp tacos for breakfast. Okay, I can get this out of here. That sauce, figure out what you can put that sauce on. That sauce is money. Also, this, I usually blow people's head off when I make this. It's so hot, it's insane. So I back down the heat just a little bit on this one because I was trying not to kill anybody. I may have gone too far. So the recipe is for the correct way. This is a little milder, so when I bite into this, I already know I'm going to be slightly disappointed in the fact that this isn't going to melt my face off. Okay, we have our queso fresco. This just crumbles up, comes in a big round wheel, and basically you take a fork and just crumble some off. Throw it in the freezer. It'll stay in there pretty much indefinitely, waiting for the next time. It thaws out pretty fast. If you break it up into small individual pieces, it's easier because you can just take a little wedge out and then use that. Tip for you. All right, I love a little pico de gallo with this on top of my queso fresco. Just a little bit. Not too crazy. Don't want to be known as the vegetable channel here. Come on. Then we have our sour cream. It's coming out. It's going down. Normally, this is what saves your butt because the devil's shrimp is exactly what it's supposed to sound like. It's insane. You gotta have the beans and the rice on the side over here. Oh yeah. A little bit of that. This really kind of balances it out when your face is melting off and your tongue is on fire. Grab some beans, grab some rice. This kind of helps. Grab a margarita, by the way. Alcohol is one of the things that does actually work to some extent for cooling your mouth down, but fat really works the best. If you ever get your face lit on fire and your tongue is melting out of your mouth, the can of the instant whipped cream just on your tongue, perfect, works every time. There you go, you're welcome. Just saying. Okay, it wouldn't be rice without a little bit of pico on top of that, because that's perfect. And that, folks, is how you make Camarones a la Diabla. Shrimp Diablo. There you go. That is my... Okay, I'm going to bite into this. I'm going to take the thumbnail real fast, and then I'm going to be right back, and you won't even notice because I'm already back, right? Oh, okay, 1 second. Okay, see? That was quick. It was painless. Didn't even notice because I have an edit button. And I also have a really, really hungry stomach right now. It's going to be a heck of a mess, so I'm doing the haunch thing. I'm bending over. We're going in. I already know what this tastes like because, like I said, this was my dinner last night, and I'm cheating by doing this here right now. But can you just see how beautiful this is? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna get a paper towel real fast. Okay, that's better. That is so messy. It is so friggin' amazing. Oh, that is one of my favorite things to get when I go out to a restaurant. There are no Mexican restaurants near me that are any good. Basically, it's just walk up and order off the big clown board, and they don't have that. They also don't sell margaritas. Be careful where you move, people. Seriously. Do the whole Yelp thing and find out if there's decent food or restaurants near you. Don't believe the people that are like, oh my god, it's so amazing. Believe the people that say, this place sucks, because they're usually more accurate. At least for a curmudgeon like me. But that is only available within this kitchen, within like 50 miles of my house. I have the best Mexican restaurant in this stupid little town. Right here. And you are welcome to join me back here anytime you want when I'm making stuff like this, because I love making stuff like this, and hopefully you learn something, hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully you make this. If you do, leave me a comment, let me know. If you like the video, you can always hit the thumb thing down there and let YouTube know that I don't completely suck. I'm not sure what their feelings are on me right now, but every little bit helps. So thanks for doing that, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.